I'm really glad today is the full moon and I can lay some tobacco down for some of the issues I've been experiencing over the last little while. And, I wanted to go to a friend's birthday party to wish them, happy 50th. And I ended up at a meeting where, once again, these folks who know all about Indian residential schools have the audacity to ask you about your language ability. And I just find it interesting in 2023 that the concept of what these residential schools actually were really are still not resonating. The idea that we should know our language after all of the trauma that we've endured by Canadian policy. And there's been zero infrastructure built for us to learn our language back. And it was so upsetting that people still don't see how traumatic that is. It's 2023. The TRC came out in 2015. So we're almost 10 years out. So we've had almost 10 years for Canadians to learn about this. And they still choose not to get it. I had the same person say, I have, First Nation and Métis friends. And I'm like, okay. But I just found that interesting. And this was a person of color who was saying this to me. Like, new Canadians are not getting this either. So I just wish that people understood how much racism we have to endure by just sitting at a table. And by sitting at that table and hearing all of these, this is what I learned about First Nations. It's like, well, that's great. I'm glad you learned that. We were here to talk and introduce ourselves. And once again, it's like people don't get the gravity of what has happened here in Canada, that we're still undergoing a genocide. And I just wish Canadians would get with the program here. We've given free books, free book clubs, free podcasts. I have a podcast. I just I don't know what it's going to take. I had to block one of my followers here on TikTok today because their white fragility came through saying, I was really hurt that you would say that all Canadians hate Indigenous people. I'm like, well, what have you done to prove to me you don't? You speak over us, take over our boards, don't give us infrastructure to learn our language or give us space or laws to allow our culture. Why? How don't you hate us?